So we're back. The Dan and Ninko Show, episode 56.
56.
A pre-Super Bowl Dan and Ninko Show. A post-NFL honors Dan and Ninko Show, which is basically just, we're measuring sizes here. You come in, you got your big chain, you got your hot chick with you. It's all, you're dressed to the max.
I just don't understand it.
You got Michael Irvin, doing his crazy shit.
I just don't understand NFL on I don't know how that even came up. I know it's probably been like 4 or 5 years, right, of them doing it.
Yeah, but I mean they've done it before, but it's the MVP. It's like when they do all the
but it's coming but like 4 or 5 years ago is kind of when it's changed to this whole like red carpet type thing and all that. Or has it always been that way?
I don't know. When are the ESPYs? Because that's like all sports, but it has a feel of
that's what it means.
The
that's
ESPYs.
What it is.
Like it's like the award ceremony. I thought they always did that. When did they do the MVP announcement?
I think they have, but what I'm saying is it's like the Oscars now.
Yeah,
The
they have
carpet,
the
people coming in.
Yeah, it would suck. So it would suck to go as like a good player, but not like a star player, because they put like all the big time guys down low, and then like you're sitting up with the high school, like the high school team that comes to watch. You're like sitting next to like some kids. Like, you play?
Did you ever go to it? Because they always have the Super Bowl team go.
No, I never went. Never went. Never
invited?
No, didn't make enough money. It's all big money, like high contract guys. It's big money guys. It's franchise guys. Think of who's there: Rodgers, Dak, Gronk, the Watt brothers. It's everybody that makes the most money on the rosters. Yeah. It's everybody.
It's not even that though.
If it's a rookie, it's rookie of the years.
Who
are rookie of the years? He was there. I think he's in LA right now doing his podcast. Rookie of the years, like. I would love to know when the last rookie of the year was not a first round pick.
Yeah, it's had to have been a while.
It's usually a first round pick, the high draft pick. You get the most opportunities, you get the most chances. Micah Parsons, very deserving of rookie of the year. They didn't even have other people in the conversation. They just showed a highlight of him, and he was the rookie of the year. Granted, he should have won it, but
Jamar Chase won the offensive rookie. Yeah,
yes. Which it was, Mac Jones. You got to give it to Chase. He's in the Super Bowl. He had a great year.
It's tough though.
Player of the year, Cooper Kupp, which he's a beast. Like the dude's. I didn't realize he's 6'2".
He looks tiny.
He's 6'2". He's a big ass receiver.
He looks tiny.
He's not tiny. He's a big guy. That's an illusion. It's a white guy illusion.
So here are the last rookie of the years for offense. Jamar Chase, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Dak Prescott. Was he a first rounder?
Dak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think Dak was a first rounder. No. Dak drafted.
Fourth round pick.
Okay, so he was rookie of the year?
Yeah, in offensive rookie of the year in 2016. Was Kamara a first round pick?
I think so.
That's the only one that I could think of. Then you keep going back. I know Gurley was first round pick. Odell Beckham, I think, was a first round pick.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy, I think, was a first round pick.
Yep.
Robert Griffin III was a first round pick. Cam Newton was a first round pick.
Yep.
Sam Bradford.
Oh no, so Kamara
Percy Harvin might not have been.
Third round, Kamara.
Yeah. And if you go into defense, you got Michael Parsons, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Darius Leonard,
first,
Marshawn Lattimore,
first,
Joey Bosa,
first,
Marcus Peters,
first,
Aaron Donald,
all first.
Yep. Defense is all first.
It's all first, which
but
you got to perform. You have to perform. I mean, you have to. The thing is when you're a first round pick, you are put in they make sure that you're in the positions to make plays.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to really screw it up. Like if you're a first round pick and you're really bad, like if you're really a bad football player, like then it's obvious. Like this guy's not a good pick. But when you're a first round talent, they're going to make sure that, okay, let's put this guy, let's not put him out there and like make him look like an idiot. Like Parsons, I think he stood out because he was an inside guy, and then they moved him to the outside backer, and he had good production getting to the quarterback. So when you can get to the quarterback, man, if I was him, I'd say I'm not going back inside. Keep me outside. TJ Watt's making $100 million. Why would I go, take a pay cut when these guys are making a shit ton of money?
Yeah. I think defensively though, there's less busts in the first round than there are offensively.
Well, I mean, offensively,
there's a lot
if you're a quarterback,
yeah, that's what I mean.
It's harder. It's a harder position.
But even like
you
quarterback,
you're
wide
protected
receiver.
a little bit. Defensively, you don't have to be super smart. You don't have to learn a playbook. Like you have to know 5 plays defensively. Yeah. It's more pin your ears back, just go play. Offensively, there's things you got to figure out.
Yeah.
You got to, if you're a receiver, you got to learn a playbook. It's more advanced. These colleges these days, you're looking to the sideline for all your plays.
I think it's tough as a quarterback too, because some of those guys are in that first, the first round picks. They play on powerhouse teams, and they have all this team around them. And you get something like Dak Prescott in the 4th round, who didn't really come from a huge school or anything like that, and they develop them and get them there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the majority of that'd be an interesting thing to look at, like first round bust defense versus offense.
It's got to be a lot more in offense. It just has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, just quarterback alone, there's almost more, bust quarterback first round picks than there are any defensive player.
That's true.
I mean, most of the corners that come out in the first round are good. Most linebackers in the first round are good. I mean, if there's a defensive lineman in the first round, they're usually just monstrous.
Yeah, just big bodies. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. But so what do you think about Tom? Do you think Tom's coming back? Where's he going?
I think he's coming back. I think he's going to get – I think Tampa – I think Tom – I'm starting to think that Tom may be retired because of the Buccaneers. With that lunatic.
So I've said this a couple times. He will have a phone call at some point next season asking if he would be interested to play football. Yeah. Like he's going to get a phone call. Somebody's going to say, "Hey, our quarterback went down, or we're not good in this position. Would you contemplate coming back?" And he's going to have to make a choice. It's going to be up to him. Is he going to come back? I'm leaning towards maybe he's already got a T-shirt or a sweatshirt on his website, like "Never Stop" or something like that, like never ending. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's something that is not a finalized,
But I'm starting to think he retired.
Football forever.
Yeah, I'm starting to think he retired because he knew the Buccaneers weren't really going to be good next year.
Maybe.
Or
maybe
Bruce Arians, you don't
maybe.
want to play for
I mean,
that
he understands that there's going to be cap issues. There's going to be guys that are leaving. They're not going to be as talented. I think the AB thing burnt him out too. I mean, imagine you let a guy live in your house. You bring a guy into your family. You're helping him, and all of a sudden the guy quits on you and he throws you under the bus. And now he's suing the team for Toradol, which we all take Toradol. It's like 6 ibuprofens. Okay.
I'm just not sure it's because of that. I think the Antonio Brown thing's bad because you got a guy that is a number 1 wide receiver for $3 million, $4 million. That's how you can fit all these pieces together on that.
Yeah.
It's hard to find.
Yeah. No, I mean, you don't just have the pieces there and they lose those pieces. They're stacked. They had 22 returning starters.
Yeah.
So.
But now you're not, though, because, Godwin's going to be gone. You lose AB. Obviously, if Brady played, Gronk would play. But Gronk's kind of getting hurt, not really out there as much. You're going to lose Leonard Fournette.
What if, the 49ers call him up?
Well, that's what I think. That's what I think it'll go. It'll be, the 49ers, obviously, they said they're going to trade Garoppolo. So if you trade Garoppolo.
Finish in the one place that he loved, the 49ers, where his idol was playing, Joe Montana.
They're a really good team, though, too. I mean, they have a lot of young players. They have some cap space. They've got a really good defense. They got weapons on offense. You go back to the team you love. So what do you think? Do you think he comes back?
I think, man, that's a tough one. I think he'll be really, really tempted. And, I like how everyone's saying, he wants to take his kids to school. He wants to make the bed. He wants to fold the towels. He's not folding towels. He's not cutting grass. He's not doing the mulch. He's not, pruning the flower beds. He's not driving his kid. They got they got help. Hey.
What you think he washed? How many loads of laundry do you think he's done in the last 10 years?
He probably doesn't even wash clothes.
Yeah,
he probably just
wears
wears it
know where it is.
and donates it. He wears the shirt that someone, a company or Tom Ford
then he
sends him a wardrobe and for free, and then he
sells it for $3,000.
Well, that's like the Kardashians. I think weren't the Kardashians like selling baby clothes?
Yeah.
Like their clothes
People
that they
pay
got
like
for
all the
free.
money. Yeah.
And then someone's gonna buy a baby's onesie that's about spit up on it for $3 million.
Yeah. So but here's the thing though: do you think is it yes or no? Do you think he comes back?
I don't think he comes back.
You don't think he does?
I think he'll be really tempted, but I think there's this like little. It's like a mental struggle of like, yeah, you can come back, and you got this side like, but
that side.
But
there's
there's other influences. It's like your family, it's your parents, it's your mom. But why? You got away, and it's like the bank robber that goes to the bank 4 times, and he's loaded. He's got millions of dollars. He's ready to go. He should go to the Virgin Islands and get away.
Yeah.
But then that other side's like, just one more.
Yeah, you can do it.
Just go one more time.
Yeah, prove it to them.
You've done it 4 times. Now you're loaded, but a little bit more. That'd be good. A little bit more, and then you go back and boom, life in jail.
Let me give you this scenario. Like, what happens? I'm not saying I want this to happen, but like, what happens, right? If in training camp Mac Jones goes down with a big injury, you don't think there's a call?
There would be I think there would be a call.
Yeah.
You don't
think there would be interest from him?
Depending on what we do in the offseason. I think that I think Tom left because he knew
that's the thing is,
that the team wasn't built to win. And if we went through the offseason and say you pick up a number 1, like a big-time number 1, and you have a couple weapons, and you have the running backs, and you have the offensive line, because Trent Brown's not here anymore. They're going to have to figure that out. Win.
I think they're going to trade Win.
He's beat up a little bit.
They're going to trade.
They got to figure out their tackle positions. Because Mac Jones this year got hit a good amount too. Like for having the offensive line.
It was at the beginning when Trent Brown was out though.
Yeah, but for having the experience that they had offensive line wise with, Andrews and the Shaq and the
injuries though at the offensive line at the beginning because you had Trent Brown out. Shaq was.
It was also a funny year of like, the COVID protocols and now
there's gonna be no
COVID. Now there's no COVID. No. So literally we went from guys being out and not being available to in the last 6 weeks in the playoffs, not one positive COVID test. Well, nobody's testing.
But you don't know. Yeah, they stopped. They
stopped testing.
After the first round of the playoffs, they stopped.
Yeah,
testing.
so don't test. If you're sick, take a vitamin C. Take a Halls, take a Ricola. Do whatever you got to do. You get your NyQuil in, your Dayquil. I don't care if you're spreading it around. Who gives a shit? We're good. Yeah. Like, let's go.
Yeah, we have so many people that are asymptomatic. Just let that.
Yeah, let it rip through us. Whatever. But
you don't think. But if they got like a number 1 wide receiver, right, and they say they trade Isaiah Wynn, sign Trent Brown, get some speed on defense. Mac Jones gets hurt.
That's another big thing that. Like, what are we going to do at linebacker? What are they going to do? Kyle's got 1 more year. Yeah. Does he have to take a pay cut? Is Hightower going to retire? I think he's going to ride off in the sunset. Jamie's gone. Bentley. So we need a linebacking core.
Well, did you hear Gerard Mayo's interview the other day?
No, I didn't.
First off, his interview that he was on Radio Row for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Every interview he did, it made me think that he's going to be like one of the top 10 coaches in the league. Like the way he spoke, the way he went things. But his big thing he addressed with the Patriots was they have to get faster. Like that's their goal is to get faster.
You can't get faster in 1 year. Doesn't happen.
You can if you dump like Hightower and Bentley.
Yeah, but who are you going to go get? You're going to go get a rookie?
You have one guy though that
you can't
looked
run
great in the preseason and he tore his ACL, which was Raekwon McMillan.
The thing about getting faster is that starts years in advance. Like you have a draft protocol where you look for guys that are a certain size and a certain speed. Like you can't just be like, okay, I want 250-pound inside linebackers that run 4.6s, and then the next year you're like, I want to go 235 running 4.4s. Like, because that just doesn't work. Like you have to have a systematic approach to your personnel to where you look at it and you're saying, this is what fits our defense. We'll make it work. If they try to go all speed, that's not how they run defense. They don't run defense on speed
because change it though.
Bill would freak out that guys were running around blocks and spilling it. And
you think they'll sign Hightower or Bentley?
No, I think they're
both gone.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to find speed. But what's available? What's a free agent linebacker they'd be like, I want that guy?
I thought there was a couple that were out there.
I don't know. Is that kid from Martinez, is he available from the Giants?
I don't think so.
I think he's a good player, but he got hurt. I think.
Isn't it like
you got to look for somebody that
from Buffalo too?
You got to look for somebody that maybe had an injury because you don't want to pay somebody, top dollar at linebacker unless you kind of have an idea of what he is. You go and you pay somebody from outside and bring him here that has any injury history or any that you might not have some answers to the questions. Like that's why you're better off drafting and having a good draft class.
No, Bill's done better with that approach, right? Finding the guys with injuries that.
Yeah, but he already had a base setup. Like you think back on the defenses that Bill's ever had. He had a core of guys that you added a couple pieces to that made that defense really good. He never just – the last time he started from scratch was basically 2009.
Yeah.
And then 2010, that draft class is when Dev came in. And then you built the roster around a young, talented group. You drafted high. You drafted Chandler. I was here. You had all these guys that were here for a long time. And then in 07, 08 was the same thing. 07 was the best year ever. 08, those guys got old. They were all gone. 09. And then there was a 2-year gap of like, well, what the hell are we doing? And then you had to rebuild it. And then it got better. And then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, great play. 19, they win in 19 or 18 was the last time?
18. 19
was
Brady's last.
Yes.
The boogeyman. They had a good
the non-tested boogeyman.
Yeah. But I think he's kind of been rebuilding the defense. He's been rebuilding the core on the outside, right? Because I think their secondary is good. I think their defensive line is good. It's really that middle of those linebackers.
Who's their defensive ends? Who are their pass rushers?
Winovich.
Well, no,
who's
the best pass rusher?
Money. I mean, Judon's your best.
Judon's your best pass rusher, but he disappeared the last.
Wise. Uche.
Wise is a good player, but
the other kid.
This is what you need. You need two guys. You need two guys that you can put on the field, and the offense has to say, okay, now they have just Judon, because you could put your starting tackle on Wise and be like, okay, out of 10 reps, how many are we going to win here? Does he beat us, 3 times? If you have a guy that 10 out of 10 times are going to beat you have to address that. You have to say, okay, we got to chip, we got to help, we got to double, we got to do all this stuff. Yeah. That makes everything else free up. So, Judon, he had a great first,
10 games,
11 games, and then he fell off a cliff. Like,
that was an understatement. Yeah.
Like you need to have a guy that constantly has the attention of the offense, because then it frees up.
But they've never
It frees up the other guys around you, and you can eat. Just like the Rams, they have a guy in Donald that if you don't make sure that you have him accounted for on every single snap, you're going to lose the football game. The Patriots need that. They don't really have that.
I think they need to do what they've been good at, like signing those big-time pass rushers that towards the end of their career for like the 1-year deal.
Yeah, but
that rush 50%.
You know why they could get
Trey
that?
Flowers, Chandler Jones.
They had that because you had Tom. You had that because you had. You would go see a Sean Ellis or Andre Carter or Mark Andrews. Was it Mark Andrews? Mark Anderson. Sorry. Mark Anderson with the Bears. Like, you go to those guys and say, or even Michael Bennett.
Yeah.
And Martellus. Like, those two guys, they wouldn't have come here to New England if Tom wasn't here. He would be like, hey.
But I think Mac
Did you hear OBJ? Did you hear OBJ?
He came close.
OBJ, and I said, call OBJ. They called OBJ.
Yeah.
The reason OBJ didn't come here was because they had a rookie quarterback.
But he said he was very
close, and his deciding factor was. He said if Tom was here, he said 2 years prior, he would have been here.
That's easy, though. But the thing he did say, the rumors that are coming at his camp right now, his free agent, is that that Mac Jones has changed his perception now. Like he wasn't 100% sure then.
But do you want him on a big contract?
No, that's what I'm saying.
You get him on a 1-year deal at a low cost,
and
he's going to ball out just like what he's doing right now for LA. You trade him, he's in a bad spot. His agent says, "Hey, listen, let's work like we're at your senior year at LSU here. Let's work your ass off. Go make plays. You're going to go get paid." The second he gets paid, I have a feeling he's probably just going to be like, just like what happened in New York. Same issue.
But the thing is, though, is people are talking like with OBJ thing, like, well, if Brady was here, he would have signed. But just think about this, though. He considered signing with the rookie quarterback. He didn't get there.
He considered it because of Bill. Because you said we have Bill Belichick. But the
thing is, though, is I think then this offseason you could get a guy maybe like Chris Godwin that'll sign a cheaper deal.
Chris Godwin. So if you're Chris Godwin, that's tough. That sucks. ACL injury.
Late in the season.
I would sign a 1-year prove-it deal if I'm Chris Godwin.
But like, I think Chris Godwin would come to New England, sign that 1-year, $4 million deal to go with an accurate quarterback that can demonstrate his skills and everything and be the number one guy.
Unless Aaron Rodgers, if he goes to Denver.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to stay in Green Bay.
I don't think so. I think he's out.
I think he's staying. See what Devontae Adams wants?
A lot, probably.
Like 35, 40 million a year.
Yeah. I mean, dream. You could dream and hope for it, but
you don't think somebody will pay it, though?
I don't think that, no.
Some people pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, but not that.
Too much money.
That's quarterback money. That's crazy. I should have been a quarterback.
You should have worked at that instead.
Yeah.
But
have you seen them quarterbacks in the league? Come on now.
Kyler Murray, you see how he deleted all his stuff off of all of his Cardinal stuff off his Instagram and all that.
You don't want to be a Cardinal anymore.
No.
This turn into the NBA.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the James Harden on everything. Just quit.
Well, James Harden didn't say he wanted to get traded. That was out. That came out.
Yeah, right. He scored double digits for like 80+ games, and he had 4 points, like in a game. Like didn't even play. Didn't run the court.
That's what shows you though. You can't put all these. You can't put all these superstars together. It's hard.
No, because you know why? They're big babies. Yeah. They're coddled and nurtured, and they're like, I want to make $100 million. I want this. I want that.
That's the problem.
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go win a championship. Just trade me.
You can do it like quickly. Like, that first year you got a shot at it, right? Because they all have decent attitudes with it and all that, and then it just kind of plummets down.
Yeah. First little like bump in the road. Trade me.
Yeah, that's why the Patriots, though, their success continued out because they never really had all those big personalities.
I hear Kyler Murray's like a just harder guy to please, like maintenance wise.
No, I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that you can tell though. You can tell the way he like.
Well, that's the best. Like, in the playoff game, they had Russell Wilson like for the ESPN, and they had him with the Mannings, and he's like, "Yeah, if that was me, I'd be walking up and down the sidelines. I'd be saying, hey, come on, guys!" And they show him Kyler Murray. He's like this. And then
that's what happens though when you're coddled though is like the number one athlete for like could have went to play baseball, got drafted, held out to go in the NFL. Like this is what it is.
Yes.
Another big report came out though, and this is something that you were involved. You were on this team.
Which one?
The Deflategate reports that just came out.
I don't even see that shit. What about it? Like the numbers
the
NFL are skewed.
hid data that showed that the balls would change pressure.
Obviously the ball. I just woke up this morning. My tire light. 31 pounds. Like, come on. Like
But no.
First of all, the thing that really at the time was so funny to me, they readjusted. They checked the balls. They had an issue. Halftime, they filled up the footballs. We put up like another 3 touchdowns. One like 40 something, then not like 12 or 13. I don't even know what the score was. Killed them. Absolutely killed them. But it was the ball. It was the pressure. Like, give me a break.
Somebody from the Colts, I think it was the linebacker that caught the interception, he said that Brady could have beat him throwing beach balls.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not a big
deal.
It
didn't matter.
Yeah. But Troy Vincent
that was a freaking
was the one
witch hunt.
That leaked.
Yeah, that was a witch hunt.
Balls were severely underinflated and all that.
Yeah.
No, but it came out that they literally deleted. So in 2014, they took data.
If I'm Tom, I'm suing the league. Then I'm suing him for how much money he spent on lawyers. How much money do you think it cost Tom in lawyer fees to
but also lost money for
Millions.
being suspended.
Yeah, millions.
I mean, he lost.
What's a lawyer cost for Tom Brady? $1,000, $5,000 an hour?
Yeah, he's not going to go with cheap guy.
No,
He's going with
the best,
Morgan,
the best of the best. What's Morgan & Morgan?
$200, probably $100 an hour.
No, it's got to be.
It's all contingency. Is all they do.
Oh.
They don't charge you anything. If they win, they get a cut.
Okay. Well, they didn't. They lost. So then if you lose, they say.
But what about the Patriots though? They got fined all that money and lost a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Like what?
I would
quantify
say
that?
I want compensation for the information that you withheld. Cost me X amount of dollars. You guys are worth $1 trillion.
That was
Give me
2015, right?
What's the
Deflategate?
stats? Yeah, it was at the time. Is there a certain time there that?
Well, the thing is, though, is that 2016 it would have been that draft. You would still have that player, your first-round pick.
Colorado.
You would still have it.
Yeah. They could have got DK. Could have got somebody real special.
Yeah. What do you think about the Dolphins' new coach, new hire?
I feel like I've seen this before.
Guys, it's super bad.
No, super bad.
He's a McLovin.
He looks, but Mark Trestman, the Bears coach?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember Mark Trestman?
Yeah.
He had the glasses. He had the
Came
weird,
from, like the Canadian football
the
league
weird
or something like
hair,
that.
Yeah.
Canadian football league coach, right?
It's just like, did you watch his interview?
Yeah.
He's gonna stand in front of 90 guys and they're gonna say that's my leader? Like Vrabel, coach of the year. Like, guess what? He stands up at the podium. You're like, he's an asshole. He's a dick. I can guarantee he's gonna say, "What the fuck? You suck." Like he's gonna be able to call people out, and you're gonna be like, "Okay, he's done that. He's been there. He's done that."
This guy's gonna walk.
You got a guy like,
gangster?
"Hey, what's up, gangster? You look like Peter Pan. Who are you, Aladdin?"
Yeah, he's gonna show up with his brown vest on, his Pinocchio vest.
See, guys, here. Yep, page 32. No turnovers. Got to protect the football. Tua, we're gonna do well. You and me.
Well, people keep talking about how he innovated.
What does he innovate?
The 49ers by having Deebo Samuel go in the backfield.
The
Patriots.
Cordell Patterson. We've put tight ends in the backfield. We've done a bunch of weird throwback passes. We've done all the stuff.
You took a freak of an athlete
and you gave him the football.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's innovative.
What a heck of a. I mean, it's. Yeah. It's interesting.
What do you apply if you're a player in that team, right? And you were used to B-Flow in there, motherfucking you, telling you to do it.
Yeah, you suck.
And then all of a sudden, your first meeting of the season, you have this guy walk up. What's up, gangsters?
Yeah.
We're gonna
what's up, gangsters?
What do you do?
You say shit.
What would you do if you were in that meeting room? Just put your head down.
I mean, you listen and you're attentive, and then you hope that he doesn't lose the locker room. You hope that he can command a room for 6-7 months and command it in off season and then hold people accountable, and he doesn't get called out or doesn't get in a fight or a player doesn't test him, and he just says, I know you're upset. Please sit down. I am non-confrontational. I would really like to play well, and I would like you to calm down.
And then pick him up and give him a swirly in the toilet.
Please don't do that. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. I mean, you hear all great things about him, but the difference between a coordinator and a head coach is there's a lot more logistical things. There's a lot more interactions that you have to have. You're the overseer on everything, not just offensive guys. You're a quarterback guy. You're with quarterbacks. You're with receivers. That's different than a linebacking core or the D-line or the pass rushers. Yeah. You go walk in a room, and I mean, how big is he? How big is that guy?
Tiny.
He
looks like all of 5'8".
He played football. So
where? Pop Warner?
No, he played at
I don't.
Yale. He played receiver at Yale. That's some good competitive football. Yale.
I gotta look at this. He's 5'9".
Wow. 5'9". That is not big.
Yeah, he played it.
Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, 36 votes.
He didn't play, I don't think.
Yeah, it said Yale.
On Wikipedia, it says that he was born in Aurora, Colorado. He graduated from Smoky Hill High School in 2001, and he attended Yale University, where he studied history.
He played though?
That doesn't say that.
I thought he played. What's his name?
Mike McDaniel.
Michael McDaniel.
He has a history degree from Yale.
Coach. Player. How about that? Player. We got any pictures of him? I'd love to see him in high school. Like, what do you think he looked like in high school?
I got it right here.
Okay. I mean, you gotta give. I'll give the guy a chance, but I just don't see the. I don't see the. You know, what do you? I don't see it. Like, what do you think? Like Wes Welker thinks. Like, you know, a guy comes in. Wes Welker's done it. He's played at a high level, and now he's a head coach saying, well, you didn't, you know, sing Welcome to Miami for me, sing the lyrics. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, next question. He looked nervous. Like, he looked like nervous in his intro. I wonder how much money they're paying him. Like $20 million? Like $5 million a year? Like, what do you think he got? It boggles my mind. All these guys are all from like the same... These owners, these freaking gurus. Looks like a goober. All these owners are just...
I think he played on the team. I don't think he really played, though. I think he was on the team. That's something I can find. I just don't understand how you go from Brian Flores to this Mike McDaniel guy. Like, I just don't understand it.
He's a yes man.
It's mind-boggling. Like, how
I would love to have heard the interview. So, if we asked you to maybe help in attaining a first overall pick, would you have any issues? No? Okay.
If they like the 5'9" guy with glasses.
So if we hire McLovin, we will be guaranteed a first round pick.
It's like,
and the first overall pick, maybe 3 years in a row.
It's like in dodgeball when they hire the kid to wash the wheels in the truck.
And look, I don't know the guy. I don't know. Maybe he's like a natural leader of men, and the room gravitates towards him. I have no idea. And I think we're judging a book by its cover, obviously. But what you're used to seeing as a head coach, you got Bill Belichick. You have some presence. There's coaches that don't have presence. I mean, think about, LaFleur. Like LaFleur, he doesn't have that much of a.
I know, but the successful coaches are all the ones that have
presence. Like Harbaugh presence.
Yeah, Sean Payton.
Sean Payton presence. Think about Vrabel, serious presence.
Yeah, obviously Belichick.
Yes.
Even in Buffalo there, what's his name?
Yeah.
McDermott. He has it. Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin has it. He's got the
guys that
eyes.
are consistent, though.
Yeah.
Andy Reid doesn't really.
Yeah, he does though.
Yeah,
he's got like a.
You can distract him.
He's got like a walrus look to him.
Yeah,
like a scary walrus.
Hey, it's barbecue over here. Okay, I'm good now.
No, it was funny. They had the Pro Bowl mic'd up, and I think who's asking Patrick Mahomes about. Maybe it was Max Crosby, like how is coach, and he was like, oh, he's good, he's cool, but just don't disappoint him. He's like an uncle. Like if you disappoint your uncle, like that's what Patrick Mahomes was saying.
Hit you or something like that. Well, Bruce Arians.
No, he's like just don't disappoint him, because then it's like he's like you don't want him to be disappointed in you. But so
do you think Andy Reid's disappointed in Patrick Mahomes?
Do you think McVay has a presence? I think he has like a player's coach, teammate presence. He's buddies, he's friends with everybody, he's, supportive.
The thing with McVay though, they spend all this money to put that team together.
Yeah, if they lose the Super Bowl, which they probably, I think I'm going Cincy. I'm picking Cincy on this one. But
I still don't know.
The presence, you got to have a presence. You got to be.
I just find it weird that he has a guy that's sole job during the game is to keep him off the field. You know that, right? he has a guy that stands there, and if he gets too close to the
I've
field,
seen
they
that.
pull him back.
But he's like, he's got that like, hey.
Why the fuck would you need that, though?
Because he's ADD or something. He's like hyper. He's like the kid in class that can't sit still.
So why don't you just have like a cat toy or something like that?
I mean,
so he starts getting up, get the laser pointer out.
I'm sure if you get the I'm sure
like,
catnip would get him going nuts too. Just it's exciting. Football gets him going.
I don't know. It's that.
You see his dad?
Who, McVay?
Yeah.
No.
He looks. He's interesting. He looks like a jacked up Skip Bayless.
I think I've.
He looks like
Skip.
He looked like Skip Bayless wishes he looked like McVay's dad. He's got the same hair fluff, but he's like a little bit jacked. He's got more muscle tone. He's probably on a little test therapy. Definitely test therapy when you're that age.
Yeah, look this up.
Yeah, look
Tim
it up.
McVay.
Yeah, they show him in the stands.
Yeah, you're right.
He looks like a jacked up Skip Bayless.
Yeah, just like Skip Bayless, like identical.
Somebody said McVay's dad is everything Skip Bayless wants to look like.
That's actually pretty funny.
It is. Yeah.
Yep. No, that's completely freaking accurate.
Very accurate.
All right. So the Super Bowl, you think that the Bengals are going to win their first Super Bowl?
Yeah, I do. I think Joe the Tiger King Burrow, Elton Joe Cool.
I like Elton Joe.
Elton Joe with the glasses?
Yeah.
I think he's going to do it.
I don't know.
It's going to be the second hottest Super Bowl ever? It's going to be like 85.
Yeah.
It's going to be at 85 at kickoff.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's in a dome, though.
I know. Hold on one second.
All right, we'll take a break on that one.
So we're back. Sorry, I had an issue.
Get some greater good?
I got some greater good. These GG vibes are insane. I really enjoy this beer. And I wish I could get a tea in this tie-dye with the moose at the bottom, because that would be a badass tea.
From Massachusetts.
That would be a badass tea, like the tie-dye, and then just have just the antlers coming up.
Like the bottom of the shirt?
That's it. Oh, maybe it would look
Interesting.
that might look odd from the side. Like maybe that wouldn't be a good tea.
Yeah.
All right. That's a bad tea idea. Maybe the moose head on the back with the G.
They probably have some
in
nice
white
tees, though. Probably have a tie-dye
We'll
tee.
find out. The logo on the back would be a cool tee. A tie-dye shirt.
The moose.
With greater good here, with Massachusetts, and that greater good like logo on the back, big horns, not on the front. Look like
T-shirt designer.
Odd horn.
Rob Ninkovich.
All right.
So to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. To the Super Bowl.
To the Super Bowl. What's your prediction?
My prediction is that this game is going to come down to turnovers, which all big playoff games do. Super Bowls especially. Think back on any Super Bowl. Saints beating the Colts, interception for a touchdown, onside kick recovered. That's why they won. Think about the Patriots in the Super Bowls. Everything comes down to turnovers. 12 when we lost, interception, start the game with a safety. 2014, we all know that one. Interception, Malcolm Butler. 2016, sack fumble, Hightower, change that game. It's always about that.
It was a big turnover.
Eagles loss, Tom, sacked, fumble, turnover, game over. It all comes down to that. So the Rams have turned the ball over 5 times in the playoffs. They had fumbles, interceptions. They should have had more.
The
center field.
Made.
It was like a pop up to the center fielder, and the guy dropped it. I don't know how he dropped that. Like that's one that's haunting that guy right now.
Yeah.
So if you're Cincinnati, you're coming in this game. You're number one. Got to start fast. Got to have good tempo. You got to put some plays together. So the Rams, they have a really strong front. Secondary, other than Ramsey, you got Eric Weddle out there who hasn't played in 2 years. So your safeties are suspect. You got some guys that have played, but they're just, Eric Weddle, he's a good football player, but he hasn't played in 2 years. You should be able
just
to
get
beat
the game speed.
Yeah, you should be able to beat their secondary. So the Cincinnati Bengals have to stay out of down the distances. They have to put some drives together. They have to be on the field. They have to have the Rams play about 60 to 75 snaps defensively. If it's a 40 to 50 snap game, they're going to be pinning their ears back. It's 3rd and long. Go get the quarterback. Party at the quarterback. So how do you slow down a team that's really good up front? Screens, draw, quick throws, slants, catch and run, all that stuff. I would, you know what I would do? I would game plan a few plays that we saw from the 49ers, and I would run some of those Sanders plays with the receiver. Samuel. Yeah, I said Samuel.
Yeah. You said Sanders after that.
I said Sanders and Samuel.
Yeah.
I would do some of those same plays that beat the Rams, and I would use Chase. I would use guys that could run those plays, have them run with the football, get the ball in his hands. Like, dude, the guy's faster than everybody.
They're gonna have a tough time running the ball because Mixon's not a big time outside runner. He's more of an inside runner.
I think they're gonna run okay because Aaron Donald's like 275, 280. He likes to swim and he likes to do the quick rip and he likes to get around people. How do you beat that? Well, you don't run stretch runs. You don't run sideline to sideline. You run north-south. You get downhill.
Sue in there though too. That's the problem. Is you have 2 of them.
No, Sue's not there.
Isn't Sue? Oh, that's right. Sue was on
Tampa.
Who's the other inside?
No,
guy,
they have a good front, but they're not like a Tampa front. They're not like a stout physical front. Like they don't have 300 plus.
They don't have Vita Vea.
They don't have Vea. So I think they can run the football. I think Mixon. I mean, he's a strong runner. So with that, you maybe get a turnover from the Rams. Maybe Stafford throws you one. You make sure Cooper Kupp doesn't beat you. So if you can get hands on Cooper Kupp, make them earn everything they get, throw a turnover, fumble a football once, and you just put some drives and some plays together, they have a chance. They have a really good chance. They got the best kicker. You know, they draft the kicker high.
Sebastian Joseph Day. That's what I was thinking about.
Sue was there. Not
there. Yeah. The Rams are currently a 4-point favorite in it. So you're taking.
Yep.
You would take the Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals. And the hottest game that the Rams played in this season was like 82 degrees.
It's inside, though.
No, it's. I think they're having it open.
Oh, they open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like 82 degrees against Arizona. They got their asses kicked. They might not be in shape. Cincy, like if you're Cincy, I'm running all week. They went early. They're supposed to come later in the week. They went early to get adjusted, like just to get a feel for the weather and stuff. I mean, you're not going to get in shape in a week, but you'd hope that they'd be ready to go. It might be tough for them too.
They're a younger team. A lot of your playmakers are younger.
Yeah, it's true. But I guarantee, mark my words, there should be a prop bet on this. Guys with how many guys are cramped up? Like how many times they have to stop the game?
Measure that though. Oh,
stop game stoppage.
There probably is a way to do it.
Yeah. I say 3 game stoppages from
it's tough.
cramps.
If I'm just taking like a money line, I'm taking the Rams. But if you're betting on the spread, I think you take the Bengals because if the game's only going to come down to a field goal. I think it's not going to be
like a blowout.
10,
you
15
hope,
point
you
game.
Hope not. What's your go-to like Super Bowl snack or like Super Bowl meal, game day meal? Like if you're going to make some good stuff, like some sides.
My wife makes like a taco dip type thing.
Oh,
like cheese.
I love a good layered taco dip.
Yeah,
so I make this barbecue chicken dip. Amazing. I got some in my eye.
It's like a buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, I don't know why I said barbecue, but like a buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
That's what you're doing.
We got all the ingredients.
You're gonna do like jambalaya or
I don't know. We're gonna do wings. We're gonna do ribs. We're gonna do some of the dip. It's gonna be good. We'll have a good day.
Yeah, the taco dip. I think it's like
a couple beers,
tons of different cheeses.
Oh, that's the best, isn't it?
Yeah, jalapenos.
Just fire on the way in, fire on the way out.
Oh yeah, it's
just straight.
But it's good. You sit there and watch it. I watch from the movie theater room that I have. Big screen.
I was talking to somebody today about. I know I'm going on a little tangent here.
Oh boy.
Tangent. We're talking about I was talking to my buddy Roman Harper, and he was telling me that they were going to buy an electric vehicle he was going to buy an EV for his wife. A Mercedes? Is Mercedes coming out with an EV?
Everybody is.
Okay. Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, U.S. methane emissions by source. Methane. Did you know that cows are 26% of our total methane emission?
That makes sense.
From their burps.
Oh, I didn't think that. I thought it'd be the other end.
No, from burping and farting.
Yeah.
Huh? Let me read you this. Just. Herbivores that regurgitate their food to rechew it. Microorganisms in the animal's gut break down carbohydrates into simpler molecules. Cattle and deer produce large amounts of methane, a greenhouse gas with an impact on the atmosphere 23 times greater than that of carbon dioxide. Cars. The production of methane is a process called enteric fermentation, and it accounts for more than a quarter of methane emissions in the United States. Wow. What are we going to do about the cows? You going to take my steak away?
Well, you can't hurt them because...
Yeah. They would be upset.
My new favorite
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I ain't giving up my tomahawk steak. That's for damn sure. But, everyone's like, EV's the way to go. Really? A cow is freaking farting and burping way more than my truck is, producing a lot of greenhouse gases. Isn't that crazy?
My favorite thing now is...
My gas isn't that bad.
My favorite thing now is you have cars coming and they have on the window sticker that they have vegan leather in them.
Oh, vegan leather. This cow. No, that means it's fake.
Yeah, but why don't you say fake leather?
Yeah,
Like,
why don't I just say vinyl? Say vinyl.
Vegan leather.
We have vinyl.
Yeah.
Your $100,000 car that you paid more for has vinyl seats, not leather. Your ass is sweating because it's plastic.
I like the vegan hamburger. Like, no, it's not. It's not a hamburger. It's just like a vegan burger.
It's
like a
chemicals.
plant
It's all
based. Yeah,
chemicals.
Yeah.
Don't anything. What is it? The
Impossible
Whopper.
Yeah.
That's just a hodgepodge of shit.
There's some of this can is in there.
Yes, there's some plastic. There might
Grass.
be some beans in it, but more so everything else.
I know.
Gross.
I couldn't even muster.
Well,
myself to
it tastes just the same. Well, that's a chemical that we sprayed on it to make it taste like a grill. So we made a chemical compound that you ingest and it tastes like char. Great. We don't even have to fry it on the grill. We just microwave it with fake char marks on it, and you eat it and enjoy it.
Well, you didn't see what Ford came out and said that there was no way, there's no possibility of having all electric pickup trucks, that it just won't work.
Really? Well, I'll be dipped in shit and rolled in breadcrumbs. That's something I never heard before. You kidding me?
But that's the thing is they all committed to having all EVs by 2035.
Yeah.
But now they're going back on it already within a year.
That doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, how are you going to do it, first of all?
Yeah.
You can't. And, I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, I can't throw away AA battery without feeling guilty. Like, you can't put that in the landfill. The AA battery. How about a freaking battery the two sizes of this table? Like, double. Yeah. Boom. Where's that? Talk about water.
We've talked about it before, but it's
always fresh water from underneath the junkyard full of battery acid leaking into the groundwater.
My favorite thing with it is that, we talked about before, is that firefighters are trained. If an EV's on fire, just let it
burn out.
Like, just get away from it.
Let it burn. Yeah, you're gonna. California, you don't have enough water as it is.
Thing is, I always think about like what colors are coming out of it. Look like the northern.
You know
lights
what's bad?
out.
You know what's really bad? I was reading, there are homes that are being burnt down because some of these EVs are catching on fire.
Yeah, because you're charging it in your garage.
Yes, and the whole house goes up.
Yeah.
There was one, the car wasn't even in the garage. It was like sitting outside, and it got so hot that it set the whole house on fire.
Why don't you have a fueling station at your house? That's the reason why.
So a good friend of mine, Dennis Lyons, he works for SD Lyons, and he's an investigator for fires and automobile fires. So he does like the insurance and they figure out like the source of how a fire starts. It's pretty interesting. Like I used to store a car in his garage, and he has another space that the cars are in, which is kind of eerie. Like you walk into a spot and it's like literally a shell of a car. The seats are like, everything's gone. It's just like the car, the metal is only thing left. Everything else is gone. The plastic's gone. The foam's gone. It's literally just a car sitting with no tires sitting there. And there was a Lamborghini there, and it had started on fire in Boston. I think there's a video of it. It was a black Lamborghini that was on fire, and it was the valet thought he was cool, revving the shit out of it, and he over revved it, and was doing it so long and over the RPM for such a long period, it started a fire in the engine compartment and burned the whole car out. You imagine that?
Yeah.
You pull into Del Frisco's, you pull into like some spot, which I don't valet my car. My wife yells at me every time because we walk 6 blocks because I'm not going to give my keys to some kid that's going to...
You won't go to a valet?
Never been to a valet. Won't do it unless it's a rental or like I don't give a shit about it. My cars do not valet.
Your wife must be very happy.
She hates me for it because it'll be like 10 degrees and we're fine in a parking garage.
If you went to NFL Honors with your own car,
nope,
you wouldn't use the valet.
We usually get a car service, something to drop me off.
You'd walk like a mile,
30 blocks.
back.
I don't give a shit. I'm finding a nice spot on the end in a parking garage at the top. So if I go to the parking garage in Boston, I'll go 15 minutes all the way up just to get to the top. Get to the top because I like space. I don't need a dent. Park it up top. I know I'm safe. I'm good. I don't valet. I will not valet.
Wow.
I won't do it. Crazy story. This is crazy. So in 2006, the Superdome opening game, when I blew my knee out, they had a valet service in the Superdome. And what you would do is when you came to the Superdome, and this was the first year that it reopened after Katrina, you would pull up to the Superdome and you would get out and they would valet your car. Well, at the time, Reggie Bush was the second overall pick that year in 2006. He had like a 2006 H2 Hummer on 30s. Like the rim, they were like, what the heck were the rims? They were like something crazy, really expensive rims. I'm talking probably like $20,000 for all the rims. Every single car except for mine, they had like a parking garage in the dome where it was all like tight turns. Every single car. Charles Grant had a 760i, like the V12 BMW, $150,000 car on 28, something crazy. Every single car, every single rim, ground, road rashed, every one of them. Every one of them.
You would freak out.
The right side, the driver and passenger side, because they had to go this way.
Yeah.
They had to go the other way. They had to go this way on everybody's car. It was insane.
How pissed were all the players?
They were pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking
the Saints
like...
do anything for it?
No.
Said, fuck it.
Yeah. Play a couple more games. Go buy new ones.
I was trying to find the video of it, but Daniel Linnigan, the guy that owns Lord Hobo, we've been on the show, he had a Lamborghini in Boston.
Was it
something
his?
Happened to it. No, he had one in Boston, and something happened to it, and it literally caught on fire right in downtown Boston.
Was that his? Maybe that was his.
Yeah, I think it was.
Is it black?
I think it was black. Yeah.
Convertible?
Yeah.
Like a.
I think it was a Huracan Spider.
Huracan Spider.
That's what I think it was.
I think that was the one that was at SD Lions.
It could be.
Because they have to go through this process of trying to figure out why it happened.
Yeah, somebody was revving it.
Somebody revving it.
Yeah, and a little fuel comes out of the exhaust.
Well, that's why like a Lambo blows blue. Like if you watch like the rear shot of a Lamborghini, like when they're accelerating hard, a little bit of like fire comes out of the exhaust.
It's a short exhaust.
So it's not like burning all the fuel.
Yep.
So when you do that,
the exhaust ignites with the heat.
Yes.
And comes out. It's like a butane torch.
So like if you a rear engine car, a lesson here for people that don't know anything about a mid engine car, the exhaust is so close to the rear that when that exhaust gets that hot, it literally can start glowing like a Like if you turn all the lights off and you
can see the exhaust.
You can see all the pieces of the exhaust, and if it's turboed or anything, like the turbos are on like fire, smoking. So there's a lot of heat in a mid-engine car. So like the Corvettes, they have a lot of issues with the cooling. That's why they have all these. Mine with 40 miles blew up, but anyway,
with no shoes on.
And he passed me like, well, Ninko's is on the side of the road.
I thought you were going to get gas.
Thanks for picking me up.
I was on my way home.
Pushing a car with no shoes on.
You were in the parking. You were in.
I know. I got it there.
I just thought you were just hanging out in there. It's like right by your house.
I think that was his car then, which is crazy.
I'm almost positive it was a black one. I don't have the video.
You can see like there. I think
it was on fire.
Yeah.
Like literally, like right in downtown Boston, just
exactly
igniting up. So
you're going Rams. I'm going Bengals. Straight up. Yeah, who's going to win?
Up.
No gambling, no points. You're going Rams.
Yeah, if I take the points, I'll take the Bengals. We'll take the 4. What do you think about the Russian Olympic doping scandal that's going on right now?
If he dies, he dies.
It's a 15-year-old girl is the one, the figure skater.
Really?
Yeah. But the crazy thing to me is...
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about this.
Russia's
the ESPN reporter or whatever I am has no idea about anything except for football.
So Russia's banned from the Olympics. So like they don't play their anthem.
Putin's not liking that.
Well, no, it's because of all the doping stuff they had. So I need
to go to Russia.
They're all under the Russian Federation Committee or something like that. That's what they're all under, but they don't have like an anthem.
You're going to take this and you're going to get very strong and fast and do triple, quadruple axle.
But that's what she did. She did a quadruple axle.
That is a 15-year-old does not do that unless you eat a lot of potatoes and you have the proteins that we make for you. And if you don't do it, you will not be on the team.
The thing is, you're shooting up 15-year-olds.
We do not care. We want to have the gold medal. If you don't want to have the gold medal, then you go second place, third place, whatever. It doesn't matter. We are the number one.
But they haven't stripped her of the gold medal yet.
Well,
it's an appeals or something like that now.
Yeah, well, it's bound to happen. I wonder what they're giving her.
I don't know. What was positive. Probably HGH or something like that.
HGH in a 15-year-old?
Anything to a 15-year-old is not
terrible.
Good. How many kids do you know that are performance-enhancing drugs at 15?
I don't know. I don't know anybody at 15. I mean, when you're 15, you're not even hitting puberty yet.
That's what I mean. It's the problem.
I didn't have anything going on at 15. I was like, what's going on? 16, 17, I started to get a little Ninkoed, but not at 15. I was like chunky, and I was an offensive lineman. I mean, I looked like David Andrews when I was 15.
Were you banned from football then?
15?
Yeah. I thought you were too big.
No, that was 8th grade. I couldn't play until I was 15. So I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, okay.
I had no beard. I looked like David Andrews. Like David, no beard, offensive lineman look.
David Andrews has a beard, though. Well, he doesn't right now, actually.
It's not a real beard.
It's not real?
It's thin and it's like
just straggly?
Yeah. It's not like a...
So you're going to make fun of him for it?
Yeah. He's got a baby face. David Andrews has a baby face.
He's got the mullet.
Got great hair. Yeah. I'd chop off... I would cut this whole finger off. I would go... If I could get hair like David Andrews, I would live life like this.
Would you take the hair from
I
David
would be
Andrews?
able... You know what I would be able to do in Total Recall? When they have the thing at the end where they put the fingers in?
Yeah.
It'd work.
So would you take the hair if you had to take the beard?
Yes. I would do that.
But you'd rather do the pinky?
But I'd rather do the pinky instead. If I could get the hair like David, like all the locks flowing and shit. I got this Papa Ninko hair. If I had the flow and the curls and all the hair in the beard, I might still be single. I might, I would tell Paige all the time. I'm like, yeah, I got married because I thought I was going to go bald. So I wanted like a hot wife and great photos.
What did she say to that?
She goes, "You're an idiot." Yeah, I know. She's like, "I would have married you bald." I'm like, if I would have met you in the club with no hair at 22, you wouldn't have given me shit. You wouldn't have given me the time of day.
What'd she say?
Come on. She didn't say shit because she knows it's accurate. Like the first thing that happens when you meet somebody, it's like a physical attraction. Then the other stuff comes with it. Like, yeah, I'm funny. Yeah, I'll make you laugh. Yeah, I'm a goofball. But at first, you're a stone cold fox, and I was a handsome guy. End of story.
That's what you're sticking with.
Boom, hammered, hammered
it.
down. That's it.
The whole thing.
That's it.
Are you looking forward to the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, isn't it all like remote?
No, it's all there.
Oh, it's all going to be there.
Yeah, it's Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar.
That'll be cool. I thought it was all like, I didn't think everybody was.
No, they're all there.
Really?
They have it such under a secret right now when they're rehearsing right now. The speakers are blasting music outside, so nobody can hear what's going on the inside. Snoop Dogg just bought Death Row Records.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dude's loaded.
Not as much as Doc. Well, I guess Dre.
No,
Dre lost like half of it, right?
La da 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 da.
Yeah, but he is still loaded though, regardless of it all.
I thought I had a photo of when I first met Paige. Somewhere in here. They take too long to find it.
You don't have one on your Instagram page?
No, I started that like after 2014. I got Paige and Giselle. I'm going with Paige all day.
What, the same picture?
Yeah. Paige super hot, but she don't make 300 million. Damn it.
So I forgot too. You're going on record. Speaking of the Brady thing, you're going on record saying that Brady is going to stay retired.
Yes, I think he'll stay retired. I think he'll be tempted.
Read, Rob Ninkovich says that.
No, I think he'll be.
Sources
I think he'll be tempted. I think he will be tempted to come back, but then the outside other sources will. He's doing this NFT Brady brand. He even said like all my time is committed to. Whoa, I mean.
Oh, with Giselle?
Yeah.
Was that at the Super Bowl thing?
Yeah.
Super Bowl party?
What's up, Paige? How you doing, mama? Look at that. Yep. Giselle's beautiful too, but I'm saying that my wife is beautiful.
What if
beautiful.
Your wife was standing next to Tom Brady? What would you think?
I mean, they make a damn good couple. I think they make a nice couple.
Which one are you going for?
I think that they look pretty good. And at the time, I looked like a hoss, so I don't know. Like,
wow.
I mean, I'm big, man. I'm like 270. I cut it down.
Nothing there.
No, cut it down. Stone Cold Fox. Look at that. Tom. Get off my wife, bro. You know who was all over my wife was Kenny Chesney. Like, what are we doing, Kenny Chesney? Where's your hand at?
Go backstage?
Now you're crossing the line, sir.
No, with Kenny Chesney.
No, he was at the ring ceremony.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He was at the ring ceremony, and I'm like, Kenny Chesney, why are you?
Was that your first ring?
Take a photo. That was the first one, yeah. First one.
That's the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks. It's not in this one right here, but yeah. Maybe it was the second one where they did the photo together. I was like, yo, get away from my wife, bro. You're bald and little bald guy.
Was Bon Jovi there?
It's my life.
He was probably there.
Yeah, he was there. Okay. All right. Done reminiscing.
You done looking at pictures of Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Wishing he'd come back?
It's over, man. It's over.
Telling you.
It's over.
I'm telling you, I think that if something happened to Mac for the year...
I mean, should you imagine
It would be massive,
It would be...
You'd start screaming.
Think about the brand. If he comes home...
Yeah, no.
Think about the brand. I'd come back. I'd say, Bill, let me come back, man. A long snap.
No, just be like Tebow. Go play tight end or something like that.
I don't want to play tight end. They flamingo your knees, backward knees. I don't want that. Like, kickoffs are all touchbacks now. I'll run down on kickoff. Who gives a shit?
Just the ceremony thing.
Yeah. I'm 38. I don't think anything. Oh, freaking Andrew Whitworth is 40 years old. He's still playing tackle. Like,
yeah, that's hard though. Like that big. play that position that long.
Yeah, well.
What?
Is he Russian? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding. It's hard to play that position until you're 40 unless you're Jackie Slater. Matthew Slater's dad played 20 years. Like,
yeah.
It's insane. Well, that's different than Matthew. Matthew's in his 16th, but he plays 10 snaps a game.
He's in his 8th season.
He plays 100 snaps a year.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't you not? It's you play until they say don't play.
You think Dev's coming back?
Kickoff return, that's two positions. Never actually happens. Punt and punt return. Those are the two hardest ones. That's it.
You think Dev's coming back?
I think he should.
I think he's going to.
Yeah. All depends on what they are willing to. If they were like, Dev, we'll bring you back for $2 million, it'd be like pound sand. Yeah.
But they do 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, I think he'll be back. I think Slater's back.
100%. $2 million, boom, all day.
Yeah, it's just on him if he wants to come back.
It's on him.
James White's going to be an interesting one. I want to see if he'll come back.
I think he will, but I mean, what injury? Did they clarify the injury that he had?
Yeah, it was.
Did he have to have surgery?
Yeah, I think
so. They he had the Bo Jackson, right, where the
I don't think it was as bad as the Bo Jackson because Bo Jackson tore everything.
No, Bo Jackson broke the back, so you got a ball joint, and he busted the back of the ball joint.
I think didn't James White's just
did it dislocate?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just dislocated.
So maybe he had a labrum repair.
Bo Jackson's was so bad because he was so strong.
Well, Bo Jackson and James had the same play. When they landed like this, and then somebody jumped on.
No, what happened with Bo? The big thing that happened with him was he was still running as they had it, and it started popping out. And then got hit at the same time.
Yeah, that guy's a freak. I was a big Bo Jackson. He played for the White Sox when I was a kid. Got a Bo Jackson signed baseball when I was about 10 years old. He was awesome.
Bo Jackson was he was probably one of the, if you just take pure talent, was probably one of the most talented players ever.
100%. 100%. Unbelievably talented.
We've got to talk about the Brady video, too. That after the show, he put out a video of himself, a bunch of stuff with the Patriots.
Yeah, well, that's damage control. He had a lot of heat for that shit. So put it out there, baby.
But you still were happy. You still were fine with him not mentioning the Patriots.
Who gives a shit? He played here for 20 years, everyone. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
What the hell? Did you see Aaron Rodgers last night, what he was wearing?
Yeah. I think it looked like his left eye was popped out larger than the right eye.
He's a weird guy.
He had a corduroy suit on.
Yeah.
I kept thinking I would be sweating so bad.
I don't know how he won the MVP, though.
He had this eye thing going on.
I still don't understand how he won the MVP.
I don't know. I thought Tom was going to win it.
Tom should have won it.
Should have won it. So maybe Tom was just give it to Aaron. I'm not going to be there. I got shit to do.
Yeah, right.
I don't think Tom cares about the MVP.
Cares.
Everyone knows Tom's the MVP.
He cares.
How did he win it, though? He didn't beat him statistically.
I almost thought that Micah Parsons was more deserving of the MVP than Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, if he wouldn't have lost to the 49ers, all-day MVP. But they lost at home to the 49ers.
That's what I mean.
No, you're not the MVP.
But they always lose in the playoffs. I mean,
they lose every time, especially to the 49ers.
I'm trying to look up what the vote was.
I don't think they give you the vote.
I think they eventually give it to you. Because they had the Coach of the Year vote that I sent you.
Yeah, Vrabel. Good votes. Good votes for Vrabel. Vrabel. Man, I was so big when I played football. Jesus. I didn't think I was that much bigger, but I was.
No, I can't find it right now. Aaron Rodgers got 34 of the 50 votes.
34 of the 50.
Yep. I don't see that.
Seems like a setup to me.
I'm looking at the Brady versus Rodgers stats right now. Brady threw for 1,300 more yards.
Yep.
Basically the same completion percentage.
Yep.
Brady had 6 more touchdowns.
Yep.
He had 8 more interceptions.
Yep.
Same yards per attempt. Brady obviously had more yards per game. Rodgers had 8 8 quarterback rating was higher. The QBR was the same. Sacks were about the same. Brady had 4 fourth-quarter comebacks. Rodgers had 1, and Brady had 5 game-winning drives, and Rodgers had 2.
It's all political, baby.
Who else got a vote? Oh, and Cooper Kupp got a vote.
Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
That's the guy from Green Bay that said he would vote for anybody else but Aaron Rodgers or whoever it was, not Green Bay. The one voter said, I'm not voting. I'll tell you the one person I won't vote for, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Because of the vaccine thing, right?
Vaccine thing.
Yeah.
Masks are going away, though.
Starting to. The vaccine mandates aren't. To go into Boston, you have to show your...
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're over the age of 5, show your vaccine card.
I love my Norfolk. I'm out in Norfolk.
You go to Boston, no?
I haven't been to Boston. I went to a Bruins game and dinner.
When?
But I'm vaccinated, so it's...
Oh, it's your Brady card.
Yeah.
Flashed it.
Bang.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good. You have to do it in New York, though.
Yeah, same thing.
Like everywhere, though, don't you?
Same thing. Vaccinated plus had COVID. Antibodies.
Everybody.
Get back to the way of life that we all used to have. Get vaccinated.
Yeah, no.
Well, we're all testing positive now. It's okay.
Vaccinated.
We're good. You could go from Boston to California on a single tank of gas in an electric vehicle.
I just don't understand the vaccine mandate because you're right. Like now, the new Omicron, whatever. That even people that are vaccinated are getting it. So what's the point? Like,
it's old.
What do you do?
It doesn't. It's
and the mask thing. Like, you've been doing it for 2 freaking years. It hasn't worked.
I know.
Like
my daughter just said to me, "I'm so excited after winter break, we don't have to wear masks." I'm like, "Why are you so excited?" She's like, I will know if somebody's smiling at me or not." I'm like, well, that's very.
But just think about this though: she's probably never even seen any of the kids in her class.
I know
their whole faces.
Yeah, my son Everett was like, "Yeah," because he likes to just repeat things like, "Yeah." Bennett and Charlie. With masks on, sometimes I don't know who's who. I'm like, now you'll know. You'll know who's who.
That's the thing is like people won't know, but it's just time to end it. Move on with life.
It's time to end this episode.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna. I gotta go pick up the kids. It's a lovely Friday. The sun's out. It's gonna be 50 degrees. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. The Dan and Ninko Show. Thanks for the whole season. We had a good time.
Yep.
Always had fun talking football. And now we're going to dive into the offseason. We'll talk about the Pats. We'll talk about moves. We'll talk about everything.
3-point contest.
We got to do some. We're going to do some things. We're in talks with a few people. So next season, we might have a few more things here, some ads, some logos, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all in good fun, right?
Yeah. But we'll see you guys next week. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube,
Post
TikTok.
Super Bowl reaction.
Yep. We'll be that next week. And
you know what I want to do? I want to do a hot wing challenge. Like we need to find somewhere that has like a stage of wings that go from mild to like ghost chili, and we'll just see how we react.
All right.
Do you like spicy?
I eat spicy stuff, yeah.
I might have an issue. As long as, we'll be all right.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Also, check us out on danandninko.com, too.
We have a website?
We have a website.
Holy shnikes.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you.